My stepdaughter disrespected me for years, and my wife let it happen. Even threatened divorce if I spoke up. So I stayed silent, then moved on. Now they want me to reconsider. But my answer is still no. Hello Reddit I plus here. You know, when people say marriage is about compromise, I don't think they mean losing yourself completely just to keep the peace. I married my wife Rachel when I was 38. She had a daughter from her first marriage, Kayla. At the time, Kayla was 14, moody, sharp-tongued, and determined to hate me from the start. I figured it was normal teenage stuff. Her dad wasn't in the picture much, and I assumed I just had to earn her trust. Kids lash out when they feel abandoned, right? So I tried. I took her to school when Rachel had early shifts. I helped her with math homework, even though it was way over my head half the time. I sat through hours of cheer practice in the rain, waiting in the car. And through all of that, Kayla treated me like I was gum on her shoe. She called me names when Rachel wasn't around. Things like wannabe dad or loser. She mocked my job. I run a small landscaping company, laughed at my clothes, even told me once, "You're just renting space here till mom kicks you out too." I brought it up with Rachel, gently at first. She brushed it off. "She's a teenager. You're the adult. Don't take it personally." I tried again, months later, after Kayla posted on her Finsta that she hoped I'd get hit by a mower. Still, Rachel just sighed and said, "You are kind of strict sometimes. Maybe just give her space." I started to notice a pattern. Whenever I mentioned Kayla's behavior, Rachel didn't just get defensive. She got threatening. One night, after Kayla threw a tantrum and told me to go false myself in front of guests, I told Rachel I was done walking on eggshells. I expected her to back me up. Instead, she looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you make me choose between you and my daughter, I will always choose her." That was when I learned the pecking order. So I shut up. For years, I swallowed every insult. I let Kayla walk all over me because I didn't want to lose my wife. I told myself it would get better. She'd grow out of it. We'd have a breakthrough. I even went to therapy, alone, because Rachel refused. She said therapy was for people who can't handle their own drama. When Kayla turned 18, I started counting the days. Once she was out of the house, maybe Rachel and I could finally breathe. Maybe we could rebuild. Except, Rachel changed too. She started echoing Kayla's tone, rolling her eyes when I spoke, treating me like I was disposable, like I was just there to pay bills and nod along. One night, I was sitting in my truck after a long day. My phone buzzed. It was a text from Kayla. I hadn't heard from her in weeks. All it said was, "LMAO saw your company truck today. Still stuck mowing lawns at your age? Yikes." I stared at it. Not mad, not even surprised. Just empty. And then something inside me just clicked. I didn't respond. I walked inside, looked at my wife, my partner of 10 years, and asked her a question I never had before. "Do you even like me?" She didn't answer, just blinked, looked confused. I didn't yell, I didn't cry. I just told her, I'm done being a stranger in my own life. That night, I slept in the guest room. The next morning, I called a lawyer. It wasn't dramatic. There were no screaming matches. She tried to talk me out of it, eventually. But it was too late. I had nothing left to give. I got my own apartment. I started over. Funny thing happened. I was happy, like, peaceful. I had silence, no eggshells, no random insults or tension so thick I could taste it. I rediscovered old hobbies. I reconnected with friends I hadn't seen in years. I even started dating again, slowly. Fast forward 2 years. Last month, Rachel reached out, said she was sorry, said Kayla had matured and was open to making peace, asked if I wanted to come to dinner, just to talk. I said no. A week later, Kayla messaged me too. For the first time ever, it wasn't cruel. She apologized, said she was just a kid and didn't understand how much damage she'd done. asked if we could meet for coffee. Again, I said no, not because I'm bitter, not because I hate them, but because peace is too expensive to risk again. I don't hate them. I don't really feel much at all anymore. I think that's what happens when you give someone years of your life and they treat your presence like an inconvenience. It's not revenge. It's not punishment. It's just closure. People say you should fight for love. But what they don't tell you is that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away when you're the only one fighting. So yeah, they want me to reconsider. But my answer? It's still no.